product range that KTM has in India. The Duke series, which are naked street fighters, and the RC, which are super sport racers. And in each category, there is a 200cc and a 390cc variant. The Duke family in particular, what we have in India is a subset of a larger family known as KTM Dukes across the world, and known for their naked minimalistic design, aggressive stance, highest power in class, lowest weight, and highly agile and maneuverable. The 390 and the 200 Duke, launched in India, received a fantastic response and a very, very warm welcome from everyone. Probably every award out there was won by both the bikes in their first 2 years of introduction. Which brings us now to what lies ahead. So the premium sports segment feeds off the segment just below it, which is the mass sports segment, ranging of sports bike between rupees 75,000 and 1 lakh, comprising of popular brands shown here. All these brands upgrade to a segment above where the KTM 200 Duke operates, being the largest selling naked bike in that segment. For people who want to choose a super sport or a full-fed version of a sports bike, the RC 200 is available at a segment just above, between the price range $1.5 lakh to 2 lakhs. And for people who want extreme hardcore performance, there are the 390cc bikes available at a price point between 2 lakh to 2.5 lakh, also attracting super bikes from a segment above. Now let's take a closer look at what the all-new KTM 390 Duke is all about. So that is the 2017 all-new KTM 390 Duke. Let's have a look at it from some more angles. What this translates into is, despite having a volume share of 33% in the segment, KTM commands a value share of 41% in this segment. When compared with other premium motorcycle brands, the story is even starker. KTM is by far the largest brand with an 80% market share, and approx volume projection for FY17 at 37,000 units. All the volumes here are annualized as per SIAM data. A big factor in the growth for KTM over the last few years has been the network. With 325 showrooms across the length and breadth of the country, KTM has the largest network for a premium sports motorcycle brand. The growth in this has been rapid, with almost a showroom being added every week over the last 5 years. That's how a typical exclusive KTM showroom looks like. And that's an exclusive KTM workshop. The plan for next year is even more ambitious, with 500 showrooms planned for FY18. This is the 2017 all-new KTM Duke 200. Refreshed design, orange rims, and 3 color options as before. That is how it looks different from the outgoing model. So fresh graphics, 3 colors, orange wheels, and BS4 compliance on the KTM 200 Duke for 2017. There are reasons why this hugely popular bike is a favorite among people. Its highly playful nature comes from the fact that it has a trellis frame which is lightweight, enables better handling. The aluminum swing arm, which is again lightweight and rigid for exceptional handling. The multifunctional digital cockpit, which has a host of information for the rider to use. The underbelly exhaust, which is great for centralizing the mass of the bike, aiding better handling and a lower CG. The rear monoshock by WP, 10-step adjustable, much better for bike handling, and made by race suspension specialist WP. This means that the 200 Duke even today stands apart from competition, right from its European origins and its design, being a street fighter, and a 25 PS bike with a 169 PS per ton power to weight ratio, and features like trellis frame, aluminum swing arm, and upside down front forks being unique to the KTM 200 Duke. With this, we complete our range for 2017 for India with the KTM Dukes. Or do we? To take the presentation further and launch the 2017 KTM Dukes, I would like to invite Mr. Amit Nandi, President Pro Biking, on stage.
Good afternoon, everybody. So like Neeraj said, this is what the 2017 range is about. Having done this, we thought that it would be just very unfair if we did not offer our tens of thousands of 200 Duke customers an opportunity to upgrade, and that's what brings us to the wild card of the day, which is the KTM 250 Duke. And I specifically hope that
radical cutting edge design, that's the 2017 KTM 390 Duke. It is not too hard to find the design inspiration coming from world's most powerful naked superbike, the 1290 Super Duke, and we can see very clearly how it borrows design cues from this big sibling. So it's not just on the outside, on the inside, the KTM 390 Duke is a revolution of a bike packed with features to the gills. The most important feature that will enhance the riding experience of the 390 Duke is going to be the ride-by-wire throttle. It is more than just the absence of a throttle cable. It is the guarantee of a smooth throttle response where rider throttle movement is going to be aided with sensors, and that will make the throttle response much smoother, much more controlled and measured. The LED headlamp that we saw in the design is a piece of art. Of course, inspiration from the 1290 Super Duke comes across clearly, but in itself, it is highly, it's a great safety feature on the bike because it makes the bike highly visible to others on the road. 20 LEDs that give the outer illumination, and being LEDs, it is also better for the battery consumption. The TFT display on the 390 Duke is again something which is not available in bikes segments above this class, and the 390 Duke boasts of a beautiful, colorful TFT display that will allow the rider to see the data and information in a clear and precise manner. The TFT will be ambient light adaptive. That means if the light outside is harsh or it is dull, the TFT will adapt itself so that the data information, etc., is always clear. It will change colors at high revs so that whenever you are at a higher rev, the fonts, etc., become larger, so it's much easier for you to read them when you're going faster. And with the KTM MyRide, the TFT is also enabled to pair with a smartphone, which means through the handlebar you can see if someone's calling you, park your bike and take the call, and if you are also listening to music, change music tracks as well. So a highly advanced TFT display console comes on the 390 Duke. A new side sling exhaust, which made of aluminum canister, keeping the weight low, helps the bike get a big bike look, centralized masses, and also is better for emissions. An all new dual color split frame with a bolt-on subframe is new to the bike. It will be equally responsive as the outgoing frame and yet easier to maintain since it's a split frame. The bike maintains the lightweight steel trellis frame and the nimble handling on the 390 Duke continues. Adjustable levers on the bike, both on the clutch and the brake, will help riders to choose their comfort level basis their hand size and glove thickness, and also reduce stress for the rider when he's riding. An all new open cartridge USG suspension on the bike, adjustable for height, better for leakage prevention, and a much improved ride quality for the rider. Slipper clutch introduced on the 2016 model continues on the bike, eliminating rear wheel chatter and allowing for faster and smoother cornering for the 390 Duke. More features include a bigger front brake with a larger rotor of 320 mm, greater stopping power for the bike, an all-new large steel fuel tank of 13.5 liters, which easily provides the bike with more than 100 km range over the outgoing model, wider rear view mirrors, ensuring that it's much more easier for the rider to see bikes behind him and traffic behind him, a new UV resistant paint on the bike, which means that the color of the bike doesn't fade even with exposure to sunlight over years. It is also much easier to crank the new 390 Duke with a one-touch, soft-touch cranking. It's a contactless cranking system wherein there is no physical contact of strips when the bike is cranked, and in fact it is magnetically induced. The new evap system, which prevents the loss of fuel due to evaporation and instead purges the fuel back into circulation and easily increases the fuel efficiency by 4 to 5%. ABS by Bosch on the 390 Duke continues, a dual channel ABS to remind you, and by Bosch, so the safety standards on the 390 Duke are unmatched.